Welcome everybody. I'm in the recon tank with Mia Khalifa here. Those of you may be a little bit confused at Mia's voice, as she has sounded very differently in the past, but she's has a cold today.
Hello guys, welcome to the stream.
A little bit under the weather, but she'll be okay. We're on the beautiful map of Alamein. Just driving around here until we get started. I think we're just waiting on. I think we're it. I think that's it. Just have to wait for the foot now. Getting some nice views though. Oh, we flipped just in time. Perfect. Oh, we got to put the British logos up. There we go. Alrighty, so yes, we are on El Alamein today, everybody. We have Oasis as the middle point. Go ahead and adjust the logos just a smidgen. Just move the British logo down just a little bit there. There we go. Yes, we are on El Alamein. We have 49 versus 49 today. And you know, El Alamein has so many... I mean, I think it's a very nice looking map. The terrain looks beautiful. Got the sun out there to the distance. Nice ambient graphics. Got the smoke fumes out there. These watchtowers that sometimes some people try to get up on. Airfield down to the south. Oasis is right in the middle of all these different high points, which makes it so much fun to cast. We zoom on down below here. I think I've commanded one game ever for Oasis on El Alamein. Let's go ahead and find my... There we go. Okay, perfect. And it was quite the doozy. I mean, as commander, you get to get these little spots and sort of crawl up forward and peek out to the distance and pull out your binos, see what's going on. Can make for a grand old time. Very cinematic feeling. Go ahead and... Okay, there we go, okay. Let's see, 7 seconds to wait till wall drop, everybody. MGs usually have a absolute blast on this map. So much fun. So many long-range targets to knock out. British supplies falling down below. First trucks on their way. You know, sometimes you're so desperate for a truck. Sometimes you can be pretty desperate for a ride up to the front line. And the access begin pouring on into the hard cap. That's such a unique hard cap because it's like this building that is partially destroyed. It's almost like something that could be on Stalingrad, except it's got some, you can actually get on top of it. You're not, it's not just all burned out to bits. But Oasis is obviously down there in the heart of it all. It can be fired upon from so many different angles. Now, we're not rocking artillery today, at least so far. Although sometimes we do see artillery pop up later during the matchup. Panzer IV has found itself a nice little protective area here. Nice view of the distance with the blueberries pushing on forward. Line looks pretty stable. Garrisons up north to south for both sides. Everybody just trying to find their initial spots here. A few people have made it down. The Axis are going to have that initial advantage getting inside the main building. Using all the cover as best they can. While the British are going to be up there to the very, very top. Firing those Piat rounds rapidly. Remember, the Piat is the fastest reloading AT weapon in the game. Can pump those suckers off. Over and over again. Lieutenant Winters. Now this is where, as a squad leader, you can crawl up to this very edge and peek out and mark the MGs one after another. Maybe call an artillery support, SPA. Get your snipers to... You could even probably have a grand old time as a recon SL. Just watch your sniper pop one after another. I think it'd be pretty cool. Post-cap check. I mean, you don't expect too many bodies to slip around when it comes to El Alamein. There's so much openness. On the maybe on the far edges, though, perhaps. As the game goes on and people get closer and closer to the hard cap. Commander Mentiox today for the British. Oh no, for the Axis, my bad. Oh, gotta remember my size. Mentiox for the Axis. Supply truck by Loot Up 420. Watch. Over there to the left. Do have a light tank up here. Got the Stewart Honey. Navigating the different layers of elevation here. You know, the war in North Africa is probably one of my favorite ones to read about. I feel like it's much easier to visualize in a way. You can picture the dry sun or the dry desert, the heat beating down at your back, and it's a sort of a clear picture of the battlefield versus somewhere in Europe where you're trying to think of all the different buildings, the backyards, the rivers. There's a lot more to imagine when it comes to the fight in Europe. However, for the war in North Africa, you can kind of picture it a little bit easier. Stewart Honey's found a nice little backline position. Oh, but a rocket from the left from Sergeant Wyatt takes him out. Major Hardpecker, Ethan down below. Pretty good fight so far. Everything's about even. Let's check the stats, see how they're working out to be. Let's go ahead and bring this puppy on up. Take a look. Oh, okay. We'll check back that in a second. Okay, the MG coverage for the Germany. Okay, that makes sense actually. Okay. The MGs are making up big time for the infantry frags. But the Allies, the British off to a good start. Yeah, you would expect the MG-42 to be having the time of its life here on this map. British getting the camp. Almost over. Nope. The Axis get it back a little bit. Mahalik says, Smithers, you should cast the 79th versus L201 scrim next Tuesday if it's gonna happen. Yeah, sure, buddy. Let me know. Usually I do have Taco Tuesday in the afternoon, but on 79th is mostly an NA-based team, right? Assuming it's gonna be in the evening. So yeah, hit me up. Let me know when it's gonna be. I'll see if I'm available. And the British getting the caps. They pulled away from the north a little bit. The Axis starting to push east. Mayak along. Our supplies down in the hard camp. Thomas, Gengar. Thomas right down below. Gengar looking to maybe place his satchels, thinking that, oh, we're not going to live too much longer here, buddies. And the British get the camp. All right, we have two matchup, or we have a 2 capture matchup already within the first 12 minutes. Not too shabby. The satchel was placed right there. We'll take a little zoom on back and see how many bodies that's going to get. It could get 4, which would be pretty decent for a satchel. Let's see. Should go off any second. Oh, there we go. And it clears it. And Gengar pushes on forward. Nice little first proxy satchel captured on stream today. Nice job, buddy. Goose bandaging after taking some shots, being the MG-42. Rocket down below there. Axis beginning to creep in a little bit farther from the north. First Axis Tiger down below right there. You know, how cool it would be to have the Tunisian campaign as well. That'd be pretty neat. We got El Alamein, Tobruk, but the Tunisian campaign. Battle of Kasserine Pass could definitely be an option. Seeing all the burnt down wreckages from the Axis retreat as they make their way to the... Actually, I mean, there wasn't really that much retreat from North Africa, if I remember correctly, because they weren't able to get too many ships across. There was a few Luftwaffe planes that were able to escape, but they lost a lot of troops. It was just almost the second Stalingrad. Tunisgrad, I believe they called it. But it could offer a little extra spice to the North African campaign. Commanding for the British is Skender. This is what I'm talking about. You're the commander on a map like this with a wide expanse right in front of you. And Skender here can just peek out to the distance, lay some marks on down. It's a very nice map for commanders. It's because you get to, there's not that much unknown. And you have a clear view of a lot of different things. Oh, Skender. Oh no, Skender's no more. But there was something special about commanding on this map. You got a good feel of what was going on versus maps where like Hurricane Forest, Hill 400, where there was just, yeah, man, you're just praying that there's no sneaky shenanigans going on that's going to totally ruin your team. British flexing more down to the south. The Axis do control the north, but if we take a look to the north, everybody, I mean, what can you really do with that? As long as the British maintain their positions here, they can monitor the open and make sure that the Axis aren't able to really get too much action behind them. Now, if they try to move, maybe go behind the cliffs and down a little bit, perhaps it could work out. But still, you got to be super sneaky, willing to crawl a whole bunch. Commander Skender right back at him. See, that's the thing about commanders. I mean, you get blown to bits, literally split in half, but what happens? He goes to the hospital, gets a couple operations done, and look at him. He's right back at it like it never even happened. Absolutely amazing. It just goes to show you the advancements in the Helios medical facilities. I mean, we saw Skender. He was in 8 different pieces. Now, he's totally fine. He's got his arms right where they should be. Got his hat on. His hat doesn't even look... He's able to even go to the dry cleaners as well. Or they give him a new hat. I'm not too sure. But Helios medical technologies are way beyond what people think they are. Skender still doing the jive here. Looking... Must have been a basketball player in real life. Did a lot of front step, left step, back step right there. Ludo 420, gaining a little bit of ground up here to the north. Keep pushing on, trying to wrap around Oasis. And hey, Axis is starting to break through. The British are getting out-fragged in this little area. Oxlong setting up the MG42. El Alamein is at the... Oh! Right to the face. But didn't live too much longer. Commander Skender trying to retreat behind the garrison, but does get shot. Muscle Hamster asks, how do you access all those view angles while casting? Oh, this is called Admin Cam. We have, in a private server, you can request Admin Cam. And the owner, or the server, or any server you can get Admin Cam, but you have to be good friends, or the server owners must know you for events. In which case, you get to jump up to the sky and fly around just like me. British position still looks strong. Got one medium over to the right. Smithers, can the flare cooldown be reduced near a manpower node? I have no idea. No clue. I got to test this out still. I don't think they put anything in the notes. I thought it was mostly for artillery that they gave the manpower node, or the node boost to the munitions node, I think it was, right? Where if the artillery gun has the munitions node next to it or something, they can get like 1 round, 1 extra shell every minute or 10 seconds or something. I forgot what it was. I got to look back at it again. Will it be up here to the top? Dextro. Push in from the north. Everything looks fine in the hard cap. 4th points, by the way, are El Murir, and we have Airfield Command to the east side. The axis bending down to the south, but gaining up to the north, creating this really unique position around Oasis. And Oasis, remember, this is your traditional hard cap where everybody is able to push it. You have the elevation over to the side, which creates all these different firing lanes down into the Oasis. And it doesn't make it as easy to push inside. It's kind of difficult. Gengar, Sergeant Bronze, though, going to give it a shot. Let's get a POV of Gengar. Oh, shot right in the hip. Ice Temple Monkey. Mother a couple of MGs. Look at all these MG42s for the Axis. What'd I say? Gonna be a grand old time for MG players. Corporal Pickles. Let's go see what the stats are now. I'm so curious if the infantry frags have changed too much. No, that can't be right. That can't be right. May need to check something. Although the Axis do have 92 MG frags. 208, 334, so it could be right. There's a small possibility. Are the MGs really doing that well, though? Churchill up here. We'll check back in a little bit. Rocket to the side. I mean, there are a lot of MGs. No. Oh, they're down to a solo. It's just Moose Knuckles inside. Oxlong. Down below. Maybe making a move for it. Oxlong. Gonna back up here. Okay, Oxlong's gonna hold. Let's go check out that southern push. Yeah, El Alamein is like a little bit skippy. The frame rates are just not the greatest. I feel the jitteriness. What am I trying to say? The jitterness all around. Audi coming around the side here. Flavors with the MG42. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of MG42s, people. I have to imagine that. Raspberries continue to try to push on forward. Once again, got a unique little shape forming on the map. 2 British tanks down to the south. Axis P4 right there in the middle. Don't see that first Tiger. Possibly got clapped. There's the P4 that was from earlier. Did it get taken out? Let's take a look without the HUD. See those little specks out in the distance? We actually do have all the little logos and stuff still on the screen. Gotta remember that. Panzer IV is gonna park there and try to splash the enemy as they make their way down the cliffs. One Piat round lands into the front. Another one. Libby coming over to the right side. Nope. Not able to make it. DLB crew comes down below to help out. Oh, nope. But the Panzer IV gets clapped from the distance. Churchill in a dominating position. Goosey, Knuckles, Keith's Teat. Look at that view that they have, everybody. So many little targets of opportunity out there. Rocket to the right side. Svug with number 2. Mediskender. Churchill takes one more round. Svug, I'm not too sure if a third one from Zerg is going to nail it or not. Churchill's going to be hurting a little bit. They got to back up. I think it's a long-range AT gun that's nailing him right now. No, they do get taken out. Oh, by Tiger back there. Okay, that Tiger. Smurfy, Tats, and Sassiana. Clog, the heavy from the British side. Pickles. Look at him just raw dogging with the MG right inside the building. Beautiful. Let's go check those stats. I'm just so curious. Oh my gosh, 92. Let me try to refresh this real quick. Let me just try to do a quick refresh. Nope, maybe not. Maybe it won't work. Okay, we'll just take that away for right now. Maybe the server actually stopped collecting data. Let me take a look. Yeah, okay, that's why. Okay, it stopped. Okay, there we go. The connection should be working now. P-Strike landed over to the rears. The Tiger... Oh, we have 2 mediums down to the south, actually. That's what Elion is doing back down here. These Crusader tanks. Elion trying to put the satchel on. Elion does get it. Oh, no. Forbidden Revan Reacher and Mia Khalifa. Elion's going to be up top. Crusader's going to back up. Crusader. Looks like they're struggling a little bit. go. Alrighty, so Alien will get himself a nice medium takedown. And the Germans will begin capping... well, they're getting pretty damn close to capping Oasis. Down into the valley we go. Goose setting up his MG42. Holy shnikes, 139 MG frags. Oh my gosh. Mamma mia. That's crazy. Libby with 30 frags already. Okay, now I think it's updating. But yeah, we see so many MGs. And that's what the power of the MG42 on Alamein, man. On display today. We have Zverg, Cadaver. That's 3 to our left. Oh, no, just 2 to our left. Okay, 2 to our left. Let's see how many we can do a quick count. We got 3. We have another one over there in the hard cap. 5. And that's 5. And then we have... Let's take a look to our right. Counted 5. That was just in a few seconds. Supply truck going across. Mentiax. See how far Mentiax is able to go here. Honking his horn to make sure he says hello to everybody. Mentiax. Look at that look on his face. Total determination. Drops the supply box. He's got stake to protect him. But he's bleeding out. Nope, no garrison from Mentiax. Did the supply box? No, supply box is right there. Maybe he's at max? Could be at max. No, I don't think he's at max. Okay, Mentiax is trying to figure out maybe where to place it. Yeah, gonna find a nice little safe spot right there behind the little cliff, and it should be just fine. Lucifer trying to do his own MG damage, but it's simply not going to be as good as that MG42. Oh, RTM, R-Trip, or E-Trip. Has gotten pretty far. Medi Patide, D-Fi 20 Tiger. Got another Churchill up to the north. Wave down to the south. Axis control the north, but we do have some blueberries over here to the rears with Love Squad. Corey, Nash, down here in the hard cap. Nice Temple Monkey. Another MG42. If you're enjoying the stream, be sure to take a second and hit that like button. If you have any questions, go and drop those in chat. And if you're interested in competitive Hell Let Loose, be sure to check out the Discord link in the video description, where you can sign up as a console or PC recruit today. There are many teams from all around the world looking for people just like you. Last but not least, if you're interested, go ahead and click on that subscribe button as well. Thank you, buddy. Pretty good fight so far between both teams. MG42's obviously for the Axis being an absolute menace. But so far, not too... I don't sense a pushover. The British are starting to get pushed back a little bit up here to the north, but I think it's okay. Churchill does take a shot. They're going to have to dart diving over. Oh, another one. They're trying to get out of dodge here. Trying to navigate the elevation. Oh. Down they go. Down they go. And they're there. Okay. Luda 420 over there to the left. Should be able to relay that target, though. Axis getting more control down to the south. One Tiger here, another one Tiger coming up from middle HQ. British getting some cap pressure. Neo Warnock, balls. Satchel clears that. Yeah, Alamein is an interesting map to cast. It's not, how do I describe this? Because there's so many different little, how can I say this? There's a lot to think about when it comes to the elevation in certain areas and what that exactly means. Because you could control a certain part of the map, but it may not mean nothing at all. I mean, you control the low ground or something, as opposed to maps like SME or SMDM, where you think, oh, they can control this building, they can overwatch this area here, their tanks can move up on this part. I don't know, Alamein is just a different one to think about when I look at the map. It's not 100% clear as to... I don't know this map as well as I do the other ones when it comes to the individual advantages for certain areas. That's what I'm trying to say. Because like this, for example, this, I mean, if you control this as the axis, this doesn't mean anything. It's all about having these bits of high ground and what you're able to do with them, like build AT guns, set up those MGs. It's a very, very different map to cast. Dutch coming around the corner. Hecht wins the fight against Hecht. Airfield command looks okay. Axis has have a potential to probe the southern part. More daddy. Nope, more daddy. Okay, gets it with the second one. Spears? Oh, Borat gets deleted down below. Tiger slowly moving forward. Takes one shot immediately after exposing itself. Gonna back up because they have a nice little repair station over there to the right. Medical. As it is a torch ready to go. Has this N95 mask on. Tiger should be okay now. Yep, they're going to try another poke. Sassy Anna and co. Slowly peeking, slowly peeking. Oh, man, take a shot immediately. They got to back up again. The life of a competitive tanker and hella loose, man. You know, they were hoping, like, okay, come on, can we see him? Can we see him? Oh, no, we cannot. Bombing run on its way. That's going to be an Axis bombing run going over to the back line to protect an airhead that's landing to the east. the deep airhead attempt. I don't think that's going to work out. Yeah, rhubarb is all over it. Threw a grenade at it. It's all clear. Rhubarb, Mr. Tusk, the Quackum, Nash, 7C Joke. Everybody making sure that defense is A-OK. Front line still holding pretty well. Way up to the top. Oh, the AT gun, they will knock out that Tiger from Sassiana. I think they did. Dialing up those rounds. Yep, there it is. Sassiana's Tiger. Dead on the battlefield. You know, sometimes tankers will peak a certain amount, trying to find a target, absorb a few rounds, be like, where is the freaking thing that's firing at us? And by the time they find it, it's a little bit too late. Ludo comes up here, shoots one, heads back down. Maybe looking to exact some revenge on somebody. More MG42 rounds going over to our right from Jedmiel. Dies before we can get to him. And look at this view for Tiger. Goose down below. Ice Temple Monkey. Churchill and another Crusader tank. Panzer IV moving up to the north. The second Tiger that we saw earlier, not exactly sure where it went. It's not up to the north. It's not to the west. Hecht. Solar. Oh, Hecht. Nice lean and shoot, buddy. MGs for the Axis, man. Pickles. Cadaver. Get blasted, but they just go back to their positions over and over again. Flavors over here to the right. Lincoln? Yeah, I mean, MGs are just everywhere for the Axis. They're finding all their little favorite spots. I think Lincoln right there in front of us got three. I mean, unless Mia Khalifa jumped back in the tank. I'm not too sure. But the British about to recap Oasis. And there we go. Third capture of the matchup, everybody. Always good to see at least three. Always a good sign. Borat and the hard cap. Zoller down below. Zoller. Oh, Zoller bless him away. See how Jesus Christ approaches this. No enemies in front of him. Reinforce was dropped, by the way, by the Axis. That's what you see right there. Got a Puma down to the south. Shots coming in from the right side. MG42 yet again. Nice Temple Monkey finding his bush of choice. Why does that look so different? Oh, because they didn't have it... okay, yeah, didn't have the bipod out. Nice Temple Monkey's coverage. Let's go take a look at the poll so far. What do you like most about the new patch? The Ramaga rework, flare cooldown of 5 minutes, SPA now has no range, or static artillery can be built anywhere. The static artillery is a very interesting one. I mean, I like the flare cooldown. I know there's some, they're not, I think somebody said earlier that they were not a fan. But for me, when I look at from my commanding point of view, if I'm commanding and we're trying to set up something sneaky or a new type of attack, and the enemies just pop and flare at their flare at their flare at their flare, there's no chance of being sneaky. They're going to know what's going on all the time. I mean, as I mentioned the other day, there have been streams where I've seen 4 flares on the map at one time. And it's just like, ugh, okay, well, now you know everything, constantly. I don't know. Just to me, it takes a little bit of fun out of it. And as a commander that's defending against people in the back line, you gotta accept that risk. You're not gonna be able to call flares back every single second you see something ping. The infantry has to learn how to search and destroy, if you will. Or refine their skills how to search and destroy. But yeah, big fan of the flare rework, Remagen. You know, we'll see. It's always good to have a little bit of change in a map. Maybe more people will want to play it. I know on the console side, once again, I mean, there's quite a amount of maps that lag on the console scene versus on the PC side. I know Smolensk is... I don't know what happened with Smolensk. I'm so confused at what happened with Smolensk. Because they were like, oh my gosh, we have a brand new map. Here we go. Check all these trailers out. And then everybody says, hey, this is laggy as can possibly be. The frame rates drop, all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Nobody fixes it. Hold on, hold on. Oh, what? Oh, shoots him right in the back. It's very strange to me why they would release something like that. They would get all the bad... Because clearly it hasn't been played in competitive at all. But... they release something and then not try to immediately fix it? I don't know. It just seems weird. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I missed something about it. But it just seems really strange to me that they would do a whole bunch of advertising for a map with the trailers and stuff and not try to immediately get that working so more people want to play it. Very strange. Very, very strange. Heavy down below. But the Remagen rework offering a little bit of mix up to the map. A few other places to defend. It'd be nice if they had they offer different versions of it. You could do Remagen, I don't know, just call it a little bit different, like Remagen before the bridge was captured and the Remagen after the bridge was captured. I don't know what you would call that, but Remagen V1, V2, and you could put both in the rotation so people understand, or people can try out both of them, or keep both of them and keep playing both of them. I have to imagine that's okay to do. SPA now having no range and they can roll forward in first gear and keep firing shots. I'm super curious who's going to be testing that out first and what kind of unique plays people will be cooking up with that. I am just imagining you're defending something like, we'll take an extreme example like Foy West Bend. If you take a second, close your eyes, and picture Foy West Bend in your mind, and then a Brumbar rolling up to that building in first gear, pumping in round after round after the Allies are holding on to, or have captured it, and blasting that building to smithereens. I think that'd be a pretty cool scene. Well, meanwhile, the Tigers or the Panthers to the rears are offering their support. It could be pretty neat. Static artillery being built anywhere. Like I mentioned this a little while ago, but I imagine that we're gonna see on every map, people are gonna want to build. They're gonna try to find the best place to build their artillery, where you can make it into the most defensible kind of position. Finding a little group of buildings, maybe extra hedgerows. Once again, if you go back in your mind and you take a second to picture Carentan allies. Picture Carentan allies in your mind of the artillery. Wide out in the open, no coverage whatsoever. Now, though, you could find a nice little spot to the north or to the south and build your artillery gun. Have a little bit hedgerows around you. More protection. Make it not so easy for the enemy recon to get at you. I don't know. It could make it a little bit better. Because let's be honest. Some game snipers can just roll up to any Carentan allies for the Axis side and just have the time of their life picking off the arty one after another. I remember one time, I think it was Purple Heart Lane. I killed the same guy in artillery maybe 15, 16 times. It's Vug. Going back to his MG position. Let's take a look at the map. Oh, the British have solidified a little bit more. They've now pushed westward a little bit further than they have in the past. Commander Skander right up on the front line. Little pocket of British up here to the north, connecting everything, and no Axis shenanigans really have fallen back to the rears. It has developed very, very nicely, everybody. The Quacken. Trying to figure out where to mount the Bren exactly. Axis supplies falling out there to the distance, I believe. Over there to the back line. Sagittal clears a little area in front of us. Got Cadaver coming around the side, jumping up top. Get shot in the back by Audi, though. All these little different elevation. All these little different bits of elevation on this map. Nash. Exchanging shots with Tradwife. Nash waits. Tradwife waits. Nobody's making a move yet. Here he goes. Tradwife. Tradwife, she'll be still hanging out behind the rock. Nash is gonna. Oh, Nash out! Nice play there by Treadwife. She lured him out a little bit. And we had a nice MG coverage in the back by Flavors. Absolutely was able to shred him. Perfectly well done, buddy. Perfectly done. Nash just started to run forward and immediately gets wasted. Over here on the very southern part of the map, we have Waffen. Berta. A little bit of plane flies above. That's going to be a supply drop over there on the front line. Waffen deciding to hold still. Dino to the back. And to the right we have Berta. But there is no crossing in between these sides of the rocks, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there is not. There's no tunnel like there is on the other one. I think it only got one there, though. Okay, let's go see what the stats look like. 177 to 6. British with a big differential. No artillery, of course. Oh man, the MGs. Goose down below. Raw dogging it over here into the little path. Jesus Christ. Healing, of course. Wouldn't expect anything less. Got a POV of Jesus Christ. POV isn't working for Jesus Christ. Oh, Major Heartpicker. Jesus Christ. Gonna dive low here. Lincoln, Lynchy. Do they see him in time? And Major Hardpecker is back from the dead. Ready to go for round number 2. Can't not believe that he's still alive. Oh my gosh, there we go. Major Hardpecker. No, Lynchy. Comes out ahead. Nice little duel there between the rocks. MG42 to the far back from Ice Temple Monkey. Did he wear his Louis Vuitton glasses today? No, he did not. You know, sometimes some players will put on their aviators for matches like these. But in this case, decided to go with just the cloth version of the eye mask. Now the plane flies above. That's going to be an airhead right in the middle of the hard cap on Oasis. Will anybody notice it? Looks like rhubarb's near. Airhead will be falling. Yeah, okay, it's been marked. It's been marked. You know, sometimes things can get stressful. Can be very distracted. And you won't see an airhead coming on forward. There we go. Bombing run is on its way. Rhubarb. It's going to get rhubarb. But Joke is right to the back, and Joke should be... Oh, no, Joke! Oh, my gosh. Joke hit something. It could have been Rhubarb's grenade. Airhead lands. Winters is throwing some here. Oh, Winters with a beautiful toss. Nicely done, buddy. Camp Progress still coming in on 4th. Keep in mind that nobody's inside the circle. That's just what you get with this kind of map. Now we do have a Crusader, Mia Khalifa, Reacher, Forbidden Ribbon. Taking some rockets from Lynchy. Lynchy could have one more to finish it off. Lynchy! Lynchy! No, no, not able to get to it. Got a half-track placed over to the east side of Airfield Command. And El Maria looks like it's going to be okay. Thomas. Got one. Tiger is pushing forward, about to go down the cliff. Oh no! They make it. Sassiana, Smurfy, gonna try to back up here in that little pocket. Crusader, looking for him. Tiger's gonna hold. They need to get a little repair action in, but they cannot, and the Tiger goes bum bum and do it. British come out ahead once again. Shijin taking a shot. Nash is out there to the very... Yeah, Nash just found a nice little spot in the shade too, so it doesn't have to worry about any sunburn. Very nice. You know, it's what when you see these games, just remember sometimes these players will take a moment from the battlefield and they'll go behind a rock or something and pull out the SPF 30, 40, 50, whatever their team recommends. I mean, each team, oh Nash, each team has their own health advisor, if you will. It advises them on what they should expect for the upcoming matches, the climate they're going to deal with. Solar pops a couple here. Number 3 for Solar. But all these players you'll see them in HQ before a matchup applying their sunscreen. Sometimes on others as well. So just help out a buddy if they can't reach their back or something. Then of course you have the different little... We'll see if we can find if Tim has any of the vitamin supplements. No, looks like he just has his electrolyte canteen. So in that canteen, they tend to put in creatine. They'll have creatine in there, some electrolytes. As you can see, Tim is wearing some ear protection over there to his right side. And some players are a little bit more sensitive to all the sounds that go on during the game. But yeah, he'll have that container full of creatine, electrolytes. Sometimes they'll have another one on the left for protein, for like a protein shake, but I don't see that. It is insulated for maps like this, in which case they'll don't have to worry about the hot summer temperatures. But I didn't see a protein shake there for Tim. But sunscreen is a must. They'll put that in their rucksack. Because the last thing you want to do is leave El Alamein and wake up the next morning and just be like, oh my gosh, I'm peeling. Oh, this is gross. And your buddies are like, you should have wore sunscreen, man. We told you were going to play Alamein yesterday. You didn't wear sunscreen. Yeah, tends to be a big issue in Hella Loose for those players that don't want to follow the team's protocols. Balls, joke, Lucifer up top. Gengar trying to sneak on down below. Gengar holding still. Grenade at the ready. Yeah, exactly, KDS. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just put the year. Kind of like Kharkov. There were three battles of Kharkov, if I remember correctly. So you could have Kharkov 1941, Kharkov 1942, Kharkov 1943. Actually, I think there was... The first one was in 1941, and I think the second and third were in 1943, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it's exactly what... And same thing with Stalingrad as well. You could, I mean, Stalingrad, I feel, should have a initial late August 1942 version, then a October one, and last but not least, December. I think that'd be a good mix. Bar. Peeking, peeking, peeking. Sometimes you just can't quite get your shots off. Let's go check. I'm just so curious if we see... Just go and do a quick refresh here. Yeah, I think it keeps getting disconnected for the stats. Let me see if I can get it. Let's see. 364 for MG. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's bananas, bro. Holy shnikes. That's crazy. But on El Alamein, with all the... I mean, we've seen how many MGs are in play today, everybody. Sniper doesn't seem to be loading, though. We'll have to fix on... We'll have to work on Sniper. Jesus Christ. Got a tank down below somewhere. Oh, we got a Luke's. Hey, there we go. We'll get a little ride with the Lukes here as they enter the British lines. Luke's taking a little bit of a beating. Oh! What do we have up here for the British? Oh, we got a Crusader tank. Okay. Mahojo to the back. Doing some quick repairs. War Daddy. Progress still going in favor of the Axis. Accordion. Check sniper now. Let me just do a quick check. No, not working. Yep. Accordion. 22 minutes left, everybody. Pretty good game so far today. 3 captures between all the sides. Trad Dad 69420. What's the dope on HL Vietnam and inside info? Soon, not soon. What's the deal? I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I haven't heard a single peep. Nobody has said anything to me. It's kind of strange, but I imagine they're just they don't want to face the same. They don't want to go through the same thing that GTA 6 is going through right now, where people are like, "Oh, another delay! Oh, another delay! Another delay!" So I imagine they are fine-tuning their next their next announcement, because the next announcement's got to be big. I mean, it's been 3 months, 3.5, 4 months since the last big thing. I imagine the next one will be. It's got to be big, and they're going through everything and making sure that probably the release date is as accurate as possible. As they, I mean, I don't know for those of you programmers out there, but anything can happen at any time where you underestimate how much it's going to take to do. But I imagine, like I said, they're just taking their time, making sure that, okay, hey, what do we want to release? Do we want to get a release date? Because that could be it, maybe? Is that they want to give a potential release date to everybody, but they're reviewing it in meetings and making sure that it's actually doable, and they don't want to go through the whole thing that, like I said before, the GTA 6 is going through. But yeah, I haven't heard a thing. Gotta wait and see. They are posting on social media these general just info announcements about Vietnam, like, hey, it's coming in 2026. There really hasn't been much else. Sassy Anna and Co. getting right back at it. If you're enjoying the stream, be sure to take a second and hit that like button. If you have any questions, go and drop those in chat. And if you're interested in competitive Hell Let Loose, be sure to check out the Discord link in the video description, where you can sign up as a console or PC recruit today. There are many teams from all around the world looking for people just like you. Last but not least, if you're interested, go ahead and click on that subscribe button as well. Thank you, buddy. We're Daddy NL with a rocket to the front. But a ricochets. Tiger is taking quite a beating here. They'll be just fine. Hold on. We got balls and another one over there from the left side from. It could have been Ethan or Wiwi Divi. I think that was it. Wiwi Divi. Where? Maybe that's it. Wiwi? I think it has to be Wiwi. That's what the French say. Where? Although, I remember one time I was, when I was in school in France, there was a student nearby me who looked like he was just so bored with everything going around him. And there was another person talking to this guy, and he was, I don't know what it was like. The other person kept asking this person, this lazy guy, or well, it looked like he was just bored with everything kind of guy, questions, and he kept just responding with, precision strike! Oh, goes over to the weirs. Right to the left of Atrium's tank. But all he kept saying was, not, we, away. It was, I'll never forget that. This is stuck in my head forever. It was a very, very it felt like a very, very lack of energy way to say yes. Panzer forward, dodges around right in front of it. Keep rolling forward here. Trying to dodge the rounds. $16 minutes left to go. British have gained all that ground. And the Panzer IV does get clapped. Okay. Okay, let's do a quick MG count, everybody. We have 1 Lincoln. Gemial, number 2. Number 4. Wait, 3? 3, Ice Temple Monkey. Number 4, we have Chris. Number 5, we got Pickles. Maybe 5. Maybe we're rocking with 5 MGs right now. I think there were more earlier. I think I counted 7 or something. Blueberries with a nice line, though. No backline presence. Dog Squad is going to have a little opportunity down to the south. Still got plenty of time to make something work. 15 minutes. Spears. Berta trying to sneak around to the back, but Berta... Okay, that's down to the bottom. And then Dog Squad is up here to the top. Mount Corion, I'm assuming. You know, it can be difficult sometimes because I'm looking at the screen in front of us. Oh, Mount Corion takes a shot to the hip. Trying to zigzag now. Trying to get into cover. And... safety. Finds a nice little rock here. You know, whenever I'm zigzagging in the game, I always find myself also moving in my chair. Just leaning from left to right with my hips. Hoping that somehow helps me dodge the rounds in the game. Corion. Finished off. The Danger Rush right there to help support. 13 minutes left to go, everybody. Oh, there's Helios. Another MG. Gotta back up a little bit. British pushing forward here. We have a good shot to get 4th. The Axis have 1 tank down to the south. I think that's a Panzer IV to offer some support. But after the middle of the... for the good chunk of the beginning of the match and a little bit afterwards, where the line was looking pretty messy, they were able to sort things out and form a nice north to south approach. Although Queen Squad has snuck on through, that's going to be Strife over there to the hard camp. And the Axis could have a little chance to get an airhead over here to the far east if they want to give it a shot. Gengar. Dodging some tank rounds in the hard cap. Looks to be okay. Solar. Wee wee. Gengar. Gengar missed him. Oh man, I thought we were going to see a shovel there. Gengar hears the footsteps. Grenade bounces. Gengar doesn't flinch. They're all around him. Oh, Gengar! Gengar! It's a grenade! It shoots him right in the back with the grenade! Gengar! Oh, runs out in time. Goes over into the next building. Major Hardpecker. Oh! Finished off by the Piat. And the British continue their camp progress on 4th. Axis pretty much pushed out. Trying to get coverage here behind the rock. Mastose. Looks around. Doesn't see anything. And... go. Okay. And the British will go up 4-1 for our 4th capture of the game, everybody. One Tiger over here on the front line. Neil Warnock. It's popped right away. Let's go see. Airhead called in to north of artillery guns. Tiger peeking up down below. We've only seen, I think, 1 precision strike today, everybody. Sassianos, Murphy, Tats. Lincoln, Lynchy. Long range rocket out there to the distance. Don't think it got anything. Tank has been marked. Bombing run is on its way to pair with the airhead. Plenty of resources for the British commander. 2,300 munitions. 2,600 manpower. 1,300 fuel. Axon, Hecht. Airhead landed, but it's a little bit farther north, actually. It's up here. Right there. Raspberries trying to make their way towards it. Little wave. The rifle volley goes off, man. Airhead gets taken out with a grenade. Tiger Tusk, Corey. Stay alive. We got one SL plus a recon SL that was able to make it out of it. Corey. Going over to the right. Mr. Tusk. Go for the trenches. You know, this late in the game, you wouldn't expect anything like mines or to be here. Don't think the Axis would have gotten anything up that quickly. 7 minutes left to go. Axis looking to put down a garrison to the west of the hard camp. Got one down to the southeast. And Fox immediately places it. Got the Panzer IV and the Tiger Solar. Satchel's right there. Oh, Mamma Mia. And the Tiger crew knows that the end is near. Sassiana jumps out, hoping to get one frag, and the Tiger goes, "Blah." British are on fire today. I don't think I've ever seen the Axis win competitively on this map. I think it's always been the British. Maybe before the British update, there was that British... they fixed the guns and the sight lines and iron sights and stuff. Modified the MGs a little bit. Maybe before that. Modified the Bren, added a bipod to the Bren. Panzer IV also destroyed down below. Skender monitoring everything with a happy face, no doubt. Proud of his team's accomplishments. Looking forward to a nice pint at the pub with them all after this. Especially after all this hot desert sun. To the face. Waffen getting close. Got a tall task in front of him, though. Uses the Panzer IV as cover. Tiger's right there. Tiger shoots it right in the gut. We do have a destroyed Panzer IV up here on top of the little cliff. British armor has begun to push forward a little bit. I think they did lose a Churchill to the rears. We do have a recon vehicle down to the south, sneaking up behind the Puma. Puma. Taking some shots from the British recon tank. Piat round lands a little bit short from balls. Puma's fully tracked, and it does get wiped along with Tradwife and Zulu, I think it was, Zulu. And the British crew will head over through the open field, or open desert. Oh, and the Axis did get an airhead over here in the middle of the hard cap. They have landed everybody inside. Trying to get fourth here with just 2 minutes left to go. The airhead is still up. Right there, everybody. Another little spawn wave. They're just sending everybody. There gets piated right there to the right. But they got a solid chunk here in the circle. And the Axis, the bold airhead play, I think it's going to pay off. The British are looking from the outside in. Joke tries to run up here. Can he get a couple frags? Joke charging on it. Bronze. No. And Bronze says, "You shall not pass." Oh, it was perfect. All right, what a good way to end it. All right, buddy. Well, thank you for joining me today on this for this casual competitive matchup on Alamein. If you enjoyed the stream, be sure to hit that like button before you take off. If you have any questions, go and pop a comment down below. And I'll have one more stream later tonight at around 8:15 p.m. Eastern between SAP and Legion. SAP is going to have some fills from 6th and EXO, I believe. It'll be on Omaha with West Verville or Verville. I think it's Verville-sur-Mer is the midpoint. Okay, we're going to give commends to Skander. There we go. All right. Well, yes. Thank you for joining me today, everybody. And I will see you next time. Discord link in the video description if you're interested.